What I like about the job is I like not knowing what's going to happen each day. 85 mobile.
Roger 85, can you please proceed to Angelia Road? You'll see a Beacon EM unit there.
You wake up and you go to work and you're like, oh, I'm all fresh, ready to go, and yeah, you don't know what's going to happen, really. Yeah, and it's nice not knowing. Boy, talk to me. Hey, what's your name?
I think it's Virginia.
Virginia? I guess if you did know what was happening, yeah, you most probably wouldn't come to work.
I don't think anything prepares you for what you're about to sort of indulge into. You watch your TV shows, you do your reading, it gives you a bit of an insight, but not until you actually do it, you see it for what it is. And you can't prepare anyone for it. So you can do all your study and then you step out on the road and
we have to get a bed, mate, just chuck it on there,
fish. It's not what you read, I said, it's not what the movies are.
How much you had to drink? Too much? Yeah, too much.
It's an incredible emotional roller coaster. It's difficult sometimes to put into words. Sometimes you don't want to put into words. It can be difficult after some big jobs and big night shifts to even want to discuss the things that you see.
Nothing prepared us for life in Alice Springs and being a paramedic. The medical side was one area, and that was appealing to us. It was very practical. There was a great diversity of skills that you had to train for, and we love that. The training's always been a great part of the experience for us.
I gave them a good insight of what they're in for. There's no illusions there for them. They were sort of up for the challenge. And it's a rewarding job in the sense that every day is different. It's not a typical 9 to 5 job. You wake up in the morning and you have no idea what you're going to face, and that in itself is quite challenging and rewarding.
So you can never really quite describe to someone. So I wouldn't blame Benny for not being able to pass that information on. But yeah, just the adrenaline rush that you have to go through on some of those jobs, and it can happen at any time during the day. It really does not matter in this job. It could be 1 in the morning, 2:30, 3 or 4:30 in the morning or 5.
I was quite shocked. You have an idea of what you think it might be. Car accidents, heart attacks, just endless carnage really, and I suppose thankfully that's not the case. And on the other hand, it's quite surprising what people do call an ambulance for, but yeah, I was quite shocked.
When we got on road and we're in the ambulance in Alice Springs and the 19 Aboriginal camps that are there, that's a whole nother world once again. Quite shocking and confronting, and all the medical information you have in your head in some ways has to come second, and you have to deal with a cultural predicament first.
Aaron, whoa. No, that's all right, sober up. All good, have a sleep, have a sandwich, cup of tea.
No,
Mate, you're too unsteady, buddy, you're going to fall over.
What shocked me here was what we saw with the Indigenous. Certainly didn't expect it at all. In some ways it's dealing with third world country standards and problems. You would not think that these things would happen in Australia. A very lucky country, you know, generally got the best of everything. So it was quite shocking and not really prepared for it. So it's taken a number of years to become comfortable with it and being able to deal with it and have an understanding of the culture and why we have the problems we have today.
I wasn't too surprised because I was born here in Alice Springs, and yeah, I knew a lot of the people, I knew the problems, and I've done a lot of youth work and other community services. Yeah, so I think I was pretty well prepared for it, but yeah, I guess you don't prepare yourself all that much for the tragedies that you might come across and how you might cope.
You really go from extremes. You know, you can be going from a resuscitation, and you've got all teams on deck. And, you're obviously trying to revive people, and your thinking is, that saying that time and pressure makes diamonds, and that's what it's like. Every second is well thought out. You really have to try and do the best you can in that time. Not only are you trying to stabilise patients and that critical thinking that goes around at that stage, but then you've also got to extricate that patient from the environment that they're in. And so that level of thinking and the pressure that you're under at that time is phenomenal. I guess it's amazing once you go over that little roller coaster and you can finally get that patient to definitive care at the hospital, and then you sort of just sit in a chair and the wind has been taken out of you.
Yeah, look, as a paramedic, you work with a student, and over the years we always introduce students to the environment that we've been involved in. And by all means, students are as optimistic as we were. Your intention to be a paramedic is to help people. It's the most common answer you'll always get. But when you're amongst people who don't necessarily help themselves, it's a real conflict with your intention in that profession. So for young students, I find 2 years, 3 years, your optimism is high. And amongst this region in particular, I can't speak on behalf of everywhere, but Central Australia and the challenges in the camps is something that beats a lot of people down, and it relies a real strength in character to maintain a positive attitude amongst it.
They'd like people to have a bit more sort of grounding, a bit more sort of life experience. They like people to sort of travelled and, you know, sort of had some life under their belt before sort of applying for the job rather than coming straight out of school. You've got to have some life experience. So therefore when you're confronted by what you're confronted on the road, you've got that life experience to help sort of support and back you up.
So how many times do you reckon you were kicked? 3 times.
But yeah, nothing prepares you for it. It's just time and experience on the road that sort of grounds you a little better and makes you sort of understand the problems at hand.